not so close. Pull it back. Okay, that's good.
Does anybody see a difference in our clapper?
I don't see
Not only is the skein number new, but look at the bottom.
Oh my gosh, you had to change it to take two. The first time
I
this has
hope to
happened.
God this is never going to happen again. You better check. Is the split screen icon on?
It's showing the little mini icon
Okay,
now.
so people are probably saying, well, it's been 3 weeks. Where the heck have y'all been? Where have you been? Well, we've been here recording every 2 weeks. However, take it away, Debbie.
Last week when we recorded, everything was great. We had a great episode. We
We
felt
had a great
really
episode.
good about it,
It was
didn't
an
we?
hour. It was great. Yes,
It was
wonderful.
perfect. And then I ran around with the boys for a few hours. And then when I came back in the afternoon, I was getting ready to sit down and edit. And I went to the file and I looked at the file and there was no image there. It was just this like icon on a green screen. And I'm thinking, what does that
We really
mean?
don't have a green screen. The stuff behind us is really true. She texts me. She's like, oh my God, Amy, the only thing we have is audio. We don't have video. I'm like,
I
what?
was like, and it literally like 2 weeks ago, I think it was on Jason's Instagram. I made a message that said, oh, thank God that's never happened to us.
You jinxed us.
I think I did. So it was really weird. So I emailed the eCam people and they got back to me right away. And he said, okay,
interesting. I couldn't believe that.
Send me the diagnostic file and this is how you do it. And
you had your kids look at it first because usually they can figure everything out. Teenagers
James Jr. couldn't figure it out. So then we ran a couple tests. You know, we tried to see if it just was a fluke. And then the eCam guy said
the same. It kept saying.
Yeah. And the eCam guy said, well,
no video.
Sometimes this happens. Just reboot your computer. Maybe it just needs a reset. And wouldn't you know it, that's what worked. I didn't have to do anything else.
Thank God.
I just had to restart my computer, brought it back up. All the settings were the same, and there it is. So, hi everybody. You can see us.
Hi, we're back.
We're back.
Wouldn't that have been strange to put up a podcast and it would have been just audio? I was messaging a couple people. I think Melissa, Nitty by Nature or something, and I said, yeah, we had recorded and had a great podcast. It was perfect, length, and then Debbie went to edit it, and there was only audio. And she says, well, I would have sat and listened to you anyway. I said, yeah, but everything we say, ooh, look at this, and you see how this is going, people will be like, well, what?
After that, I was just like, forget it. Boys, let's go somewhere. They said, well, let's go down to Marine Street.
To the beach,
so we went down to the beach, and it was a beautiful evening. So,
but there's a reason maybe why we didn't do it last time, and it has to be this time.
Maybe.
Well, we have some administrative things. I don't know if people really care to know who we are, where we're from, and what we're doing, but do you think maybe for some strangers we should just introduce ourselves just one time?
Okay.
Quickly?
And this is not my normal recording area. Normally I'm in front of my yarn stash and everything, but there's, as Amy Beth says, there's a lot of humans in my house right now, and I didn't want to be interrupted and so much noise. So, and we are having a very rainy, cloudy day today, so it's kind of dark. So that's,
we're having a gorgeous, beautiful California day here in Georgia.
Well,
and Debbie's having a beautiful Georgia day there in California.
Yeah, I don't mind the rain. So we are the Periscoping Sisters, and I'm Debbie, and I live in California.
And I'm Amy. I live in Georgia.
And we are fiber addicted.
That's nice. Welcome to the Knitting Anonymous, Debbie. Tell us more about yourself. Do you need some tissues?
I have my tissues right here. Actually.
On the socials, really, Debbie and I are both on Instagram and Ravelry. I'm Inked Indigo on Instagram and Indigo Amy on Ravelry.
And I'm Debbie S. Reese on Instagram and Debbie Reese on Ravelry, and that's with a Y and a C.
Okay, so we're going to jump right on in there. So we're going to do administrative stuff first. Somebody's walking by. Is it Lukey?
No, it's about to pour down the biggest
okay.
you will ever hear. And I'm wondering
because usually when you're in we get a little sneak peek of Lukey.
Yeah.
Okay, administrative things we're going to do first. So do you want to talk about Luli and her gifted pattern?
Sure. So Lee from Shop Luli and Luli on Instagram sent us her new released, I think it's her first pattern.
Maybe it is. I think
I
so.
think it might be. And it's called Simple Socks, and it's actually a collection of 4 different socks in one pattern.
Very
and
cool.
She asked me in the little message that she sent to me, she said, I'd be really honored if you wanted to test out one of the patterns. And I said, well, I would be happy to, but
But
Amy,
don't ask my sister.
Don't ask Amy, because she'll say, oh, sure, I'll do it. And then promptly 3 rows in, she'll say, well, I think maybe if I did this, it would be better.
One of these days, there's going to be a designer who says, I really need an incredible modification to this pattern. Who shall I call to ask if they would? And I know my name's going to come up. They're going to be like, okay, here's the bare bones. You create the mold over these bare bones, and mine would be this big fat chunky woman with a big nose and wacky hair, and theirs was really supposed to be like the model of the bodybuilder man.
Yeah. Well, we each have our gifts, right? And you definitely
we have our gifts, and my gift is modification.
Yes, we're just going to call you Miss Modification.
Even of my own pattern. Somebody was asking me about Clue 4 of the Mystery Knit Along, and I said, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be wrote that way, but I did it this way. And they said, you mean you didn't follow your own pattern? I said, no. Do I ever? Why would I do that? We'll talk about the mystery.
Speaking of
should we talk about it now?
Well, wait, I'm going to finish off with Luli. So Luli also has, I think she might even have a podcast. I'm pretty sure she does have a podcast. And she has a store, and she makes the most gorgeous bags. And so I was telling you last time when we recorded,
yes,
that I may, even though I have too many bags to count, I've been gifted several, and I have purchased quite a few, I just might have to go get a Shop Luli bag. So go check out her shop, please. Check out her pattern.
That's a demand. That's not asking you to do that.
She said, I think she's pretty sure she said she would give a copy of the pattern to one of our viewers when we want to have the next knit along. And I might actually use that for one of my sock knit alongs that we're doing right now.
Okay.
But anyway,
wonderful.
So that's it on Luli. And then
should we talk about the mystery knit along real quick? Because I have it in my lap because we're going to say this
mine.
through the.
Let me go grab.
We're gonna but we're not gonna really show it. I was just gonna show.
People
that's right.
Show it. It's done. All the clues are out. And if people don't want to look, they can look away.
Okay. All right. Go get it.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna spend this entire podcast saying the last time we talked about this, and then the last weekend when we talked about this.
And the last time we did it last weekend, I had forgotten it too, and I had to get up and go and get it. And
see, so we did that perfectly. I wonder if we could say the same exact words as last time.
No,
we're not even going to try. Okay, so.
And I still haven't woven in my ends.
We get to, Debbie, we get to show it. What, before you pull yours up? Let me see. Okay, so we used Artistic Lily's colorways. Mine was Pretty Little Sea Monsters, and yours is
Eyes on the Forest.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, look away if you don't want to see.
Oh yeah, look away if you don't want to see. Don't look. We'll tell you when you can look back again.
Mine is very light and airy because I used the Shawl's base.
And I used Feel Good Sock. Is that what I used, Debbie?
I think so. And I blocked mine pretty heavily because I wanted it to be...
Okay, so let's look at your bind off, and we're not going to talk about it. See what I did, you guys? Because this literally is how much I had left over.
And I had a nugget.
Many of you.
That big.
Yeah, she had a nugget.
I had like 26
really
grams left.
So I was getting a little worried, so I put in a little pop of Ms. Babs that I got at Rhinebeck. And then a simple bind off. And Debbie, the way yours is done following the pattern, mine is not following the pattern. I followed the same as sort of Clue 1. Debbie, yours almost looks like a little scallop on the edge.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty straight.
Put some black in front of it.
I'm gonna put mine on because I haven't put it on since that one picture we sent to Ellie.
Well, if you put yours on, then people that don't want to see, too bad, I guess.
No, we're going to take it off.
Oh, okay. Well, people keep looking away because...
Don't look. Everybody don't look. Well, if you want to look, you just get spoiled. Debbie, that's such a beautiful color.
You like my ends?
I love the ends. That make it so much more beautiful. Okay, let's take it away.
So anyway, not everybody.
Okay, you can look back again.
I made a note on the final clue. I know it was somewhat stressful. This was probably the most stressful design for us because we were managing two different things at the same time. We knitted almost all the way through, and then
we had to rip the whole thing out the first time, and we really thought initially having it a one skein wonder was going to make things easier. However, come to find out, it really didn't, only because I think gauge plays a huge a lot in this, whether you have, a yard and a half left of yarn, or you have 5 grams left of yarn,
or 26 grams like I have. And it really did make a difference, I think, in the size needle that you used, and also the type of yarn, because Ellie has a couple different yarn bases, and depending on which yarn base you pick, one of the yarns is a little bit plumper than the other, and that affects your, I don't know. So anyway.
And we really apologize if people got an extra gray or 100 gray hairs over it. If people, the things that broke my heart were, I frogged 4 inches because I was 1 stitch off. Are you kidding me? If I was near that person or people that did that, I would have smacked them in the back of the head. I just say, this is not, I mean, okay. Now, Helen, Curious Handmade, you're 1 stitch off. Your lace is probably going to be like, right. Okay. You will never experience a pattern from Debbie or I, at least in the next years, where 1 stitch will make a difference. Well,
don't say that. I mean, if it's a collaboration, that's true, but I'm working on a pattern right now that's a lace pattern.
Debbie's working on a lace pattern.
So if you're stitch counts,
so you may be frogging.
I will be giving the stitch counts at various points.
And we should have maybe said at the very beginning in the clue 1, we should have said,
do not count your stitches. Just don't.
We're not even okay. The next, if we ever do this again, which I may have to be admitted to a funny farm if we do this again. I know we will do this again.
We will.
I think if we do this again, we're going to do maybe weights of yarns. We're not going to have any stitch counts. It's going to be a design where stitch counts don't matter. And there's some people that say, but they matter, and you're just going to have to make up your own numbers if you'd like. We'll leave a little blank where you can just write in a number.
There you go.
You feel better.
That would work.
Oh my gosh. It was like, oh my God, these poor people are going to start drinking because they're 2 stitches off.
I know.
And Karen was one of them. She had to rip back, and I thought, oh my God, why did you rip back? She saw the second clue, how it was lining up and they were supposed to be offset. I said, well, if you tilt it and you look at it, it's lined up. But if you lay it out on the regular, it was just crazy.
She was smart not to contact me.
She contacted me. You would have said, just forget it. Okay, so we are going to talk more about, let's talk about our pulling.
Well, wait, we're going to leave a little bit more time for people to finish in the chatter thread.
Yes.
Finish in the
finished
we're
not going to pull that until next time.
And we don't have a finished objects thread. We just have a spoiler thread. And and that's fine. Just post your finished objects in the spoiler thread.
Yeah, because we're going to pull 2 prizes for that.
Yeah, one for each.
Mr. Knit Along next time in 2 weeks.
And one of the prizes is going to be a bag from Stitching Plaza. Georgianne just contacted me. She said she has the bag ready. So I will...
we have some other really pretty bags to show from other people, so we'll be using them. Okay, so let us pull. Okay, you're going to get the number generator.
Okay.
One of the things that has ended now since the last podcast was not up is the Speckled Dragon Egg Socks. Let me go to Ravelry.
Okay.
And we've got
up.
And I think I did lock those 2 threads.
Oops. We are so exciting right now, people.
This is authentic.
It's authentic and it's on the fly. Like
okay, so do. And okay, so I have to go to Speckled Dragon Eggs FO thread.
And what's the prize for this one?
I don't know. It'll be a surprise for everybody.
Okay. Oh, are you going to send them one of those progress keepers with the egg?
Yes.
Okay, one of those pretty jewel.
Okay. Yes, from
Melissa.
Melissa. Hold on. Let me find.
What is
Oh my
taking
gosh,
you so long?
Well, I'm looking to see how there's only one page. Are you kidding me? There was only 11 posts of finished objects. Somebody's going to get really
that's
lucky.
A really good chance.
Okay, 2 to 11.
Okay, we're going to put in 2 to 11. There's the proof of it. And I'm going to say generate.
Let me get my secretary ready with the number.
You want to guess what number it is?
Is it 4 or 14 my favorite?
Well, it can't be 14 because there's only 11.
Well, I mean, sorry. In my mind, it could be, even though there's only 11 posts. Okay, is it number? It was number 9.
Number 9.
Okay, so number 9 is...
Congratulations! Hooray!
Oh, it is number 9, P. Yoder.
Patty. Oh, look how cute.
Aren't they cute?
Is that the gray colorway?
This is, I think she used her own. I think she used her own colorway because it does not look like...
It doesn't look like the Dragon Horde yarn?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so yay. P. Yoder, I will be messaging you. Okay, so let's go to the congratulations. Okay, let's do the Speckled Dragon Egg chatter.
Are you going to draw one from each?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And there was...
Probably a lot in that one.
No, not so many. There was 2. Oh, shoot. Come on now.
Oh.
Just a minute, folks. I'm working on it. Okay, there was only 29 in this group. 2 to 29.
Generate. Okay, here's our winner, 22.
Number 22. And that was on page 1. Just one moment, please. It's number 22. Oh my gosh, some of this yarn. Love. Bush hands for you. But no, busy bush. Sorry, when you don't have the Y in there, it changes the name.
Yes. Busy hands for you.
Busy hands for you.
Okay.
And let me show you. She did.
Get in touch.
That also, it says working on second pair. So she was already, there was some that were doing it in many of the colorways. Okay. Yay. Congratulations, peoples. Peeps.
Yes.
Busy hands and P. Yoder. I will let you know. Okay, is that the only thing? Because your spring snowflower sock and the hidden Dobby's hidden sock are going to go through the end of May.
Right.
And today is May 7th on Sunday.
May 7th, right. And so
we will,
we won't
pull next. We'll pull the next one after that.
Right. And I wanted to let everybody know that my spring snowflower socks, that you can win in 3 different places. You can post in our threads. You can post in Lauren's threads. She's hosting it too, I believe. And the grocery girls.
Do you have to use her yarns?
I believe so. Yeah, if you're using a plush sock or any of her
the grocery girls are doing that.
And the grocery girls, for their May sock bash, they're doing a theme of flowers. So it fits perfectly in there too. Did you see their post? They just finished recording their next Off My Needles in Denver.
Oh, no.
They were there for the last week.
Is that where they were before? Denver? Is that where
that's where they record. Mm-hmm. So that must be weird because on that Off My Needles, they start the show by saying, "So, how was your week?" So every day they have to kind of like pretend that they had something that week.
You're blowing it for everybody who doesn't realize that.
I think everybody knows that. I just think it's funny.
Just saying.
What people do.
And it's funny because they bring up like a story we already heard like months ago. They've got it. I mean, just like when Jody was talking about how someone called thought she was a man when she was getting gas. So we
Yeah.
had heard that story, but it was
it's funny.
It was really funny the first time. So the second time, it's hard for them to. Anyway, we'll move on. Whatever.
I don't know that I could do that. I don't know that I could make a production, that's filmed all in one short period of time, and then it's like drawn out over.
I don't think I could be serious long enough for one show that lasts, what,
Jody
8
does
minutes?
a pretty good job.
Jody does, but you know how many times they've probably had to cut and restart and cut and restart with her?
We need to have them do
she's
a
like,
takeout.
They're going to say, Jody, you can't curse. Now, can you sit quietly for 2 minutes while Tracy talks without cursing or saying the word vagina? We really need you to try really hard.
Oh, my.
Too funny. Okay, so we did administrative about mystery knit along. We pulled for the speckled dragon egg socks thread.
Don't forget about the May birthday swap. If your birthday's in May, go sign up in that thread, and I will pair you up to do a birthday swap with someone.
Yes.
And then I wanted to say, we said this last time, but...
See, we're saying it again. Okay, we said it last time that nobody heard.
Shauna posted a video on how to do the flowers.
Third clue.
No, the mountain, the third clue, the mountain stitch in our thread. So thank you very much.
Debbie was so like, helpful. Yay! That means I don't have to do it. Do you know, it probably took her 3 hours to get it exactly right.
No, I think she's fast, and she had
was
somebody
so
there
sweet.
to help her. It was so nice of her to do that.
She sent us a video before she got too far into the third clue. She says, "Am I doing this right?" and I said, "Oh my God, yes. Let's use that video for other people who might need it." So that was really great.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we showed one fiber thing, Mother's probably saying, "Fiber girls, less chatter, more fiber." So what have you been working on? I'll show you what I've been working on for the last 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks.
We didn't pull for this prize. I can show this again. This is our 4,000 subscriber giveaway.
Oh, yes. That was the other thing. We have 4,000 subscriber giveaway, and you're putting in Zia Wool's
Roadrunner. This is the third collar. The colorway is named after a German fairy tale. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's so pretty. Yes, it is.
This is 100 grams, 400 yards of 100% superwash merino. It's a single, and it's beautiful for shawls.
You have something else to go with that?
I'm giving one of those little mini heart scissors and some tea and one of my needle cozies. So there's a little package that's going to go together with this.
Okay.
Do you have the thread open? Should we drop?
Oh, no, I don't yet. Excuse me, ma'am. I was waiting for my cue girl on the other side of my camera to say, "Hey, you ding dong, pull up Ravelry again. That's your job." She went for a bathroom break, so she's not here. So sorry about that. Okay, so pulling up groups once again. And remember, we talked about this last time. No, we're not going to change our name, but thank you for all of the wonderful... And this is going to be an area of distension and between me and Debbie because...
No, I'm okay with it. I'm good with it.
Okay.
It's enough. I felt enough love and support of the name that people really don't want us to change it, that I feel okay with it. So it's fine. And it was funny because
had there been more people say change the name, Debbie would have been right on that.
Well, one of the girls just cracked me up so much, and I need to find her. I'll mention her name because
there was a lot of posts in this one.
She was messaging me on Instagram because I think she's also doing the Mystery Knit Along, and she said you could just change your name to a symbol and say formerly known as
like Prince. Okay, Prince bless his heart, may he rest in peace. Was that the right thing to say? Okay, yes. Anyway, so he changes his name to a symbol, and of course it's not branded. So I mean, when you see the Nike swoosh, you know what that is. Of course, for the next how many years they had to say formerly known as Prince. I'm like, isn't that take a lot longer to say than just say Prince? Okay, whatever. Okay, we had 202 posts.
Wow, a lot of people.
Yep.
Generate number 161.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask my secretary write this down because I'm going to forget.
Good, because I don't have a pen, and I'm the one that needs to know.
161 4K. 161. Okay, so What page? We'll go to page.
It's about 25
7.
per page, so.
Okay.
7.
Page 7. 161. Watch me saying something back. No, I don't think I did. She that knits.
And what did she say?
She said, Amy is the better of the two for saying she doesn't want to change the name.
What did she say?
That's what that says. Okay, hold on. I'm writing that down. I mean, my secretary's got that. Okay, she that knits says, I'm for keeping the name. It's unique and has me visualizing you two communicating with those periscope type things on playgrounds like a couple of kids. Just like you thought mom were like, California. Are you there over there? Oh my God. Even though periscoping was when Debbie and I would use the app Periscope and we would do sort of like our little podcast on Periscope the last 24 hours and then it went away. Thank goodness. These are forever now. Gosh. Okay. Congratulations, She That Knits. We are keeping the name. So
when you see this, send a message to me and Ravelry because I have the prize for the 4,000 subscriber giveaway. And if we don't hear from you in a few days, then I will try and send you a Ravelry message.
But you're going to say tough tooties and we're going to pull somebody else's
name.
No,
we'll give them some time because we know life gets in the way sometimes and we get busy and we don't want them to miss out. We really appreciate everybody's feedback. It was really fun reading all those posts and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, there were some good names, though.
There were some good names. I like Twisted Sisters. That was one of my favorite names. Or Wendy's Knitting Sisters. A couple people had used Wendy's name in there. Yeah.
Wendy Knits. Wendy's Sisters Knits. So, is that hurting your head?
Yeah, that's okay.
You need to knit a cushion to put under it.
Maybe I need
do like a hexapuff.
That's what I need to do. I put a little mini knitted knocker right there on the side of my head. That's fluffy. I was going to say I'd get a little.
Stick the little sheep under there.
Yeah,
grab your
see?
sheepy and stick him under there.
That's okay. I thought I had like a washcloth nearby, but I don't. Okay, anyway. Let's show what we're working on.
Okay.
Do you remember what you showed last time?
Well, I showed Luke's socks, which were a finished object, but I didn't go to try and sleuth those out. He's been wearing them when he's been sleeping and stuff, so they're probably on his feet.
Oh, yes, you did show those.
I finished those socks that were made out of the Patton's Croy, and he loves them. He wants another pair, and I have some plain dark charcoal.
He is
gray.
So wanting.
And so, but I'm actually working on another pair for James right now, so I'll do that next, and then I'll do him again. Okay, so this is my next design, and I'm not convinced that I like my stripe that's in here.
Why not?
I
love that lace. Yes, okay. Debbie. Why don't you like the stripe? Because it stands up?
No, well, I mean, it's pretty high contrast, but I think I'm going to continue to go with it.
Debbie, it almost looks, I don't know, maybe that little wave of that stripe will go away when you block it, but that's kind of neat looking. Just how the lace sort of is pulling on that garter. You see that?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens when I block it.
Do you have holes in that garter, or are they just garter?
No, it's not garter. It's actually like a modification on the feather and fan.
Okay. All right. Oh, yes, I see it now. I like it, Debbie.
Thanks. So this is using Zia Wool's Roadrunner. And Dag was nice enough to... She dyed up a dark charcoal for me.
That's pretty.
I don't remember the name of that colorway. Did she name it? Dag, send me a message. I don't remember the name of that one. I think I have it in the other room. And then this, of course, is Beekeeper. This is one of my favorite colorways of hers.
But you doing Roadrunner or Beekeeper? That's Beekeeper. You said Roadrunner.
Roadrunner is the base. The singles base is called
Roadrunner. Oh.
The colorway is called Beekeeper.
Gotcha.
And did I tell you that I figured out how to use that there's a computer program it's free to download. It's called Chartminder, and you can build your own charts. And I built my own chart.
What? Hold it still so I could take a picture of it.
No.
So do you go in each little box and you put what little symbol you want in there? I mean,
mm-hmm. But there's all these different symbols
chart.
that are already created. So you create your menu for
Are there
your
any little,
legend.
are there any cool emojis you can use as symbols?
Well, I think they try to keep it as close to standard symbols as they
Of
can for
course
those
they
knitters
do.
out there who don't want
Of
to have
course
to.
they.
The whole purpose of a chart is to look at the picture and know what you're supposed to do next, not have to
Hey,
decipher every emoji.
yeah, but you could make a really cool piece of artwork from the chart. And then people say, there's the little red emoji that's mooning you. I know that means to knit. How cool would that be? I
Amy.
could modify the knitting chart for mine.
Yeah,
I will not
okay.
do that. I'll try to make things that don't need charts. Okay,
So
so that
that's
looks
what I've
really,
been
so
working on.
it's gonna be a crescent shaped shawl.
Crescent shaped shawl. It's going to have a couple sections of lace, a couple stripes of the dark gray, and then I'm going to bind off, I think, in the gray. Or maybe I'll do a little beekeeper on the very edge, something or other. I don't know. I'm just kind of working along on that, just when I feel like it. I'm not in a rush to get it done. I don't
Is
have
it a
any.
memorizable lace pattern?
Yeah, I think so. It's a very, it's a
And so did you think for your socks
standard.
too?
It's a very standard lace pattern.
Okay.
I've just gotten it into the increases of the shawl so that it's only an 8-row repeat, and the rest rows are just purl back. So there's really only 4 rows that, it's not that bad.
Pay attention to.
Yeah. Once you're if you're a lace knitter or even a intermediate or a advanced beginner, it's a pretty simple lace. So anyway, that's what I think.
And how many stitch markers do you need? 310?
I don't use any. I haven't been using any.
But people could. I mean,
yeah,
because some people like to do that.
Yeah. That way you can tell if you're off or not.
Well,
what are you working on?
This is a big surprise because I'm working on something that's not socks. Oh my God, what? Can you believe that? I know, not socks.
I can't wait to see it. How much more you've done since the last time we recorded the didn't
I know.
Post it. Are you done? Are you done with it?
No, I'm not done because in the last week I'm working on socks, but we're pretending this last week didn't happen, remember?
Oh, right. Okay.
So you're supposed to be just as excited as you were the first time.
Okay, I will.
Which you're doing a pretty good job.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm knitting the Hoodie Shawl Cardigan.
Well, hold it back a little bit because it might not make the screen. There you go. That's good. Hoodie Shawl.
Here's the picture.
Nice. That's cute.
And just like most patterns, it calls for, no, not this part. I mean, this pattern calls for 3 different colors. Now, just like most every pattern I knit, I'm not using 3 colors, I'm using 5. So I'm doing my own type of fade. So you just have to get over that. Okay, so the 3 of the colors, Nora George Yarns, Tracy, she created for me for a sock pattern that's coming out in the future, but I had plenty, so I decided to use this in this project.
I love that. Oh, Aim, that's so pretty.
So this Speckles has the purple and the mint, and then the solid mint, and then this beautiful. Can you see that? Is that coming out?
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a rich, yeah.
So
that reminds me of the purple that I bought when we went to Rhinebeck. The purple that I got from Uncommon Thread that I used in my fade.
Oh yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yes, a lot like that.
Yeah,
and a Moon's Eye from Jason Scribbles and Knits.
I can't believe how well that goes with the other color. I mean, it almost looks like it was dyed for that project with those colors.
I know. And then the only lamb strings that I have, it's been in my stash for a while. Look at this one.
Oh, wow.
It's got deep jewel tones with the greens and the purple and almost like a brownie green. And okay, so you start off with knitting a shawl, but I didn't tell myself it was a shawl or I wouldn't have done it, even though in the name it says shawl. So, and this part I did follow the pattern. It's a striped shawl.
And that's garter, it looks like, right?
It's in garter, yep.
Okay, pull it back a little bit closer to you so that we can see the whole thing.
I'm going to show you the rest. Okay. Then you do short rows. and this is where, is this supposed to be solid, but I decided to stripe under the arm. See, I'm adding now. This was the mint and the moon's eye. And now I added this, the purple from up here, and moon's eye.
Oh, wow. That's so
and eventually
pretty.
I will then do at the very bottom the purple and the lamb strings together.
So that portion that's on the sides underneath the striped shawl, in the pattern calls that to be one solid color?
Yes, one solid color. So this is the back.
I love how it turned out striping. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Striped.
Then it's supposed to come down about to your elbow, half sleeve, sort of, not even 3/4 sleeves, put a hood on. So I think what you do next is you put the bottom on waste yarn, you do the hood, because at the end, well, then you do the sleeves. At the end, you go around the hood and around the entire bottom and up around the hood with a color, which I'll probably use a solid, not sure which one. So yeah, you guys, I'm knitting a cardigan, and I've already tried it on, and it actually covers the girls in the front, so I'm very, very optimistic about this.
Is the final thing that goes all the way around, is that garter or is it a rib? I'm just curious. Have you looked? I might have to knit this one.
Un momento. I think you need to. And it's so, if it's keeping my attention between the stripes,
that's pretty amazing.
And the short rows, and it's incredible. Hurrah, hurrah. Okay. Border. The border is, it's actually in garter.
In garter. Ooh, so it'll be nice and squishy. Ooh, I like that.
It's a little.
That's what I would have picked. Totally cute.
Isn't that the cutest? So that's the Hoodie Shawl Cardigan by Suzanne Summer. And
it's a pay-for pattern?
It's a pay-for pattern. It's just the bomb. And talk about, if somebody wants numbers to take them through, she has multiple.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so if you're one stitch off, and let me tell you, the very first time,
of work. Holy cow.
Yes. Okay, so when I got to the very first, like when you do the triangle, at the very end of the triangle, the shawl part, you're supposed to have 87 stitches. I counted them and I had 88, so I knit two together somewhere in the middle. Nobody will ever see. That's the last I counted stitches, because I'm not counting 300 plus stitches. You can forget it, but I do appreciate that there is plenty of stitches to count if you'd like to keep track, because for every section you have.
If you were doing some kind of lace pattern or some kind of texture where the stitch count would get
this
you
girl
messed up. I mean,
well,
you're
this
just
girl
doing
must be an engineer or something. She's a numbers, maybe she's an accountant in real life, but so yay for me, I'm knitting something other than socks.
Maybe she's a true life knitting designer and she knows the way the audiences want to have all those numbers.
You can hush your mouth. You can be a knitting designer any way you want. You can be a free-for-all, run around naked in the woods and just knit, and whatever stitches you have at the end, you have at the end. That is my kind of designing.
Okay.
Or you can be like Debbie and count every stitch and
I know,
rip it out if you have one less.
That's not true. I don't do that. You know I don't do that.
You're pretty.
I fudge it. Like, even on my own pattern, if I get to I had to do that with this shawl. I did the math, and I was supposed to have 201 stitches, and I had 200 stitches. So I'm like, I'm not ripping this whole thing out. I don't know where I made the mistake. I can't find it. I just made one.
Make one.
Yeah. So, oh well.
Yay for you. So what are you working on? Other than your shawl.
I have my Into the World socks.
Oh yes, Debbie. You know what I was thinking?
What were you thinking?
Other than that little pop of Ms. Babs in our mystery knit along, I don't think I have knit one thing with any of the stash that I bought at Rhinebeck. Do you know what that means?
You got to get on that.
Either I need to get on that, or I'm not allowed to buy anything at Rhinebeck when we go.
Well,
Other than I started at the sweater. That doesn't count. Well, I guess it counts, but
kind of counts. Well, what do you think?
I really like to use my Ms. Babs big honking. Wait a minute, that's not Ms. Babs. That's rail car. Hang on just un momento.
So these are my socks. I bought the yarn at Rhinebeck last year. The name of the colorway is called the Cat's Pajamas.
I love that, Debbie.
And it's a 80/20 merino nylon. It's really soft. And I'm doing them 2 at a time on my 2.25 US 1.
And they match your nails
Chowgu.
beautifully.
Huh?
They match your nails really prettily.
Oh yeah,
almost.
pretty. And here's what it looks like in the cake.
I'm surprised the boys haven't seen that and claimed
I
that.
showed them to Luke, and then Luke was like, "Meh." I showed them to James, and James was like, They like solids. I don't know what's wrong with them. They like solids. So
the most boring, solid, big, long tube with no other color. Shoot me in the head now before I start.
I know. So this is what I pull out in the evenings when I'm just brain dead and I can't do anything.
And you were talking about those needles the last time.
Oh, that's right.
And how you have 2 pair of high dollar whoop-de-whoop-de signature needles from Magic Loop. However, you would rather knit with Chowgu.
Because look, people, look at this join. There is no catching, no bump, no forcing, no nothing, and they just slide on and off so nicely. And the tips are super pointy too. Look, they're super pointy, and these aren't that expensive. I think these are my new favorites. Even
and you know what? When I decrease, I'd use 9-inch circs. When I decrease from my toe and it gets too far stretched across the 9-inch circ, I switch over to Magic Loop, and I have the same exact needles as you have in your hand, and that's what I've always used. And they're great.
So I have to say, I think these are my new favorites. These, and although the high sharps joins are better than, I think they're even better than 6.
Not mine. Not mine.
No? Your high sharps aren't good?
No. And they say, and people have said this before, some are and some aren't. Okay, let me take my thing out.
Well, quality control is a problem then. Are those fixed, or are those the?
These are the interchangeable. And there's a little, just right where the plastic and the metal, there's a little.
I know, but
little catch that's just like makes you mad. It makes you crazy.
But the high sharps that are the fixed, that are circular sock needles, those joins are pretty good. I think not as good as these. These are the best that I have found.
Okay, so I pulled out, and this is, when you stand in line for 3 hours to get one skein of Miss Babs, which we didn't do. We did stand in line, and we were reprimanded by Miss Babs herself and said the line isn't here. It's if you go out the door and you turn left, you'll see the end of the line there.
But I'm really glad we did, and we did right then. Oh, yeah.
This is the big, huge Yowza ball that I got called Peak Color.
Oh, even that's pretty.
That's I really like think I should make myself knit something. Maybe for Rhinebeck out of this.
Would you wear that around your neck? That would look beautiful with your hair. You need to go to Susan B. Anderson. She has the Yowza weight shawls. You should pick one of those. And no counting needed. And there's 1 or 2 that are mostly garter and just squishy, and you just knit till you're done.
And you know what I might also do? Have you guys seen Dragon Horde Yarn, Tristan's one and only shawl pattern called Changing Staircases?
Oh, yeah.
It's a Harry Potter themed shawl.
How many?
She's like knit 3 or 4 of them already.
How does she do that? Oh my gosh.
But it is really an interesting, it's really cool. There's places of open, just basic lace work, and then there's other places that have like the stitch pattern, which is, it looks like you probably could memorize it. I thought of just maybe doing that pattern and just knit until this is completely done. It's a asymmetric triangle.
Is it a fingering weight though?
This is not.
No, I mean the pattern is for fingering.
Oh, I think it's for fingering.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
That's
this
worsted.
is light. This is called light worsted.
Yeah.
So if I use size 7s, maybe this would make a really pretty big. Wouldn't it? I need to leave it out and I need to cake it up.
Yeah.
If I do that, then I got to get my cardigan done first. See what happens. See what happens. See what happens.
I've knit a lot of things with my yarn that I bought at Rhinebeck and
See, I
Indie
haven't, and
Untangled.
that's. I mean, I'm just gonna have to say
I
you
did my
don't knit with
fade.
it. Guess what? You can't. Yeah. See, I didn't do a fade, so you had a bunch in your
I
fade.
did my the Hoodie Pure Joy. I used Kristen's yarn and
Right.
an
Oh,
uncommon thread.
I did use Woolen Vines Deck the Halls from Indie Untangle for
Okay, well
my
there you go.
Little Bobbins
There you
socks
go.
for Christmas Eve socks.
Yeah. So you have knit with some of it, but
I have knit with some.
I wanted
Not a lot though.
I want to knit that primrose yarn that I bought. The two colors that go together.
This is one of my primrose.
Did you buy fingering?
I did, and I caked it up, and I ripped it out. Not because of the yarn. I was knitting a sock pattern that I ended up doing a one color, and that was in with another color. So
You didn't like
it for something else.
Okay, yeah. I have a couple more things to show. One more thing to show, and then some things that were gifted to me.
Okay.
Okay, so my good friend Dag,
who knows that beekeeper hoe and all of that family of beekeepers. I can't believe she'd hang out with people like that.
She has a son. Her oldest boy is a senior. My oldest boy is a senior. And we're both struggling with the sending of away of the boys to school. Yeah. And so she actually was thinking of her son and my son and how they're growing up to be men. And she dyed a new colorway called Boys to Men. And she gifted it to me for a pair of socks for James, and she's knitting a pair of socks for Lewis, for her son.
Out of the same colorway?
Yes, the same colorway. This colorway is called Boys to Men. I posted it on my Instagram account.
Oh, that's pretty, Debbie.
And she dyed this on her, oh no, I'm not going to remember the name, and I didn't have the tag with me. It's her sport weight. It's a sport weight sock, and it's actually 100% merino, but it's an 8-ply. It's an 8-ply. It's like really squishy and kind of thick.
So what size needles are you going to knit those on?
I'm using a US 2 because normally I use a 1. So I went up a needle size. And this is the color that because the yardage might not be enough just with one color because my son wears a size 15 shoe, she sent me a contrasting color to go with it.
So you use cuff, heels, and toes in the blue?
Toes, heels, and cuffs, and depending on how much I get out of the leg, I may stripe this into the leg at the top if I need more length. So
you just have to tell him he's not allowed to have a knee high with those.
Right. So I started.
That's right. You do toe up, so you could use those. So cute.
And they're really, really squishy.
He's going to have nice warm feet with those.
I know. These are going to be like slipper socks for when he's walking around in the dorm room. So that's fun. And I'm keeping them in my Fat Squirrel bag. Look at how that matches.
They're going to be chick mag. Be like, your mom knit those socks for you? Debbie, that matches perfectly.
Isn't that crazy? So I started those last night. And actually, do you remember when I went to her house and she had her scrappy night with all of her friends come over?
Yeah. Yeah.
She had another scrappy night last night, and she actually called me on FaceTime, and I was able to hang out with them for a little while.
Nice.
and knit with them. So I was up here knitting with my scrappy friends.
That's nice.
Working on my socks. So it was really nice to see her. So thank you, Dag. And when she sent me that, she sent me a few other things too, because you know, Dag, she can't send a package without filling it up with a bunch of stuff. So do you have any other projects that you're working on that you can share? Or
I do not.
Okay. So since you're going to start looking at, I just picked 2 of the skeins that she sent me. She sent me a couple other little things, but I picked 2 of the skeins to show you.
So I have some things that people give me, and then we have stuff to talk about Mr. Indigo's bag. So that'll be at the end.
So this is called New Mexico True. This is her New Mexico True colorway. It's on her Superwash Corriedale Nylon Towel Space. It's a 75/25 Corriedale Nylon, which is a really nice, sturdy sock yarn. 434 yards in 4 ounces.
Oh, look at those colors.
New Mexico True. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes. Oh, that's so pretty.
The gold and the orange and the blue
orange and turquoise,
turquoise
is so beautiful together.
You should see the bins she's got filled up. She's got like she's going to have probably 10 of those big bins filled up with yarn for her May.
Well, she's going to be doing a trunk show, right?
The show, not a trunk show. She's going to
a festival.
Doing a fiber festival right there in Albuquerque. Isn't that beautiful? So that's one of the ones she sent me. Thank you, Dag. And then this one, you know, when I was there, I think she had only
make a colorway called Poopy?
No, she had only dyed one Beekeeper colorway, and I said it would be so fun to.
So it was your idea to make the Beho family?
Well, no, I didn't know she was going to take it to that. I only had the idea to make one other color, and I said it would be beautiful to pair the same colors, but swap out the pink for like a really pretty purple or lavender or some kind.
Yeah, change one color.
Is what she did.
Oh my gosh.
So
which one is that?
This one's called The Beekeeper's Best Friend.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. I'm going to have to get one. Oh my God, Debbie, that is gorgeous.
She sent this to me on her 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon base.
Oh.
It's 460 yards, you guys, and it is the softest thing ever. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, look at those speckles. Wow. That's so pretty. Dag, you did good with that one.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at the peach.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Golly. So, I'm not sure what this is going to be, but something for around my neck.
It must.
So thank you, Dag. That is awesomeness.
Okay, I tried to do it that way, and it wasn't tight enough. The twist was not enough.
Huh?
I tried to do mine like that. Oh, you're still twisting those at the bottom? Okay. Yeah, yours comes out better than mine. Okay, do you have your Trey Liz yarn to show? Because we showed that last time. Did you put it in your stash?
I have it in my stash. She sent it to me a long time ago, and I've already shown it.
Did you already showed it? Okay, so I got my Trey Liz. She's an incredible dyer.
Did you see her haircut?
She's all over. I love it.
Isn't that fabulous?
I love it. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
short
Liz.
on one side.
Yeah, real like choppy on the side.
Yeah.
So cute.
This is called Elise. It's an 80-10-10 merino nylon cashmere.
Oh.
Love those. It's like charcoal, dark brown, and this beautiful pink pop.
That would be pretty paired with a dark charcoal in a wrap.
Yes. And Weird is Rad. This is a cute little mini she sent with it. Weird is Rad.
That's cute.
Trey Liz, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, and it was weird because she had bought a bag, and I sent the bag, and she got the bag at the same day as I got the yarn in Greece. I mean, they literally passed each other over the sea. It was kind of neat. Okay, the other thing that we got, I don't know if you have yours, was the
Bless you.
Excuse me. Artistic Lily, Ellie, created, 2 new colorways for honoring Wendy for July and her birthday. July is Wendy's birthday month. And I think, what did we decide? We're going to do the Wendy Sky shawl knit along if anybody wants to.
I think we could do any of our 2 color things. There's the Wendy Sky. There's your
Because I Love You.
Because I Love You.
Right.
There's the
How about any 2 color shawl? I mean, we could just do any 2 color shawl. It doesn't have to be doesn't have to be necessarily. So these are called Sisters like. 2 Together. Two TOG, just like you would knit 2 together. It is so beautiful.
And she has
It's
all
got
of our
speckles
colors
of
in
pink
there.
and purple, and the teal is Wendy's color. I mean, it is just so fabulous. Thank you, Ellie.
If you go to Ellie's Instagram, oh no, maybe she didn't post it on her Instagram. She started the Wendy Sky Shawl. You showed it the last time we recorded.
The last time we
Did she
recorded that
send
nobody
you
saw.
a private message? Is that what it was
Yes, it was
in?
a private message. Let me see if I can
Pull
find
that
it.
up.
Yes, I will.
Please.
Right on that, ma'am.
Please. I'm being so bossy.
Just one moment, please. Let me find. Oh, a minute. Did I clean these out? I must have cleaned these out because I don't.
Oh, I might
You didn't
have
see it, Debbie, did
Let
you?
me look. No, I did.
That's in
I
our.
think she's
Okay, then I have it. I have it right here.
Did you find it?
Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
And she's using the teal for the flowered section and the white cream for the
stripes.
garter stripes.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Pretty.
So beautiful.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you, Ellie.
That was her
you want to
kind
show
of
the
little thank you for us picking her yarn to be
for the mystery knit along.
But you didn't have to do that. We like to.
She didn't have to do that.
No, we like to pick indie dyers to help spread the word of our favorite indie dyers when we do our patterns. We like to pick and support other makers out there. Yeah.
Yeah, because really, how people find you is an interesting thing because unless, I mean, who can afford an advertisement? Nobody, like on a regular TV. But you know, one podcast talks about another, and then that podcast talks about another, and then you're like, oh, I found that, and then you see something on Instagram, somebody repost something that you did, and then you get more followers that way, and that's how people find out about other people. So,
and that's what I love about our Instagram knitting community. You know, everybody is, for the most part, really supportive and willing to support and promote each other, small businesses, because, you know, if I had to make my life's living with a small business, I think I would stress
We'd be living under a bridge.
I know.
With no plug to plug our phone in.
Right.
It is. So it's very, yes, I can only imagine. It would be
really difficult. And so, you know,
but small business now with social media, there's so much, there's so many other means that years ago you didn't have. You only had your storefront, or heaven forbid you did a business out of your home. How do you get the word out? I mean, social media has really helped that for a lot of people.
Yes.
So, do you want to show the beautiful, gorgeous project bags that we got from Donna?
I can show you the one I got from Donna.
Donna is knitting with attitude. Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
She sent Debbie and I a project bag and also one to give away. And of course, she gave me the choice on which one to keep, which I can't hardly even decide.
Look at that cute little card.
I know, so cute.
Little black sheep.
Now she is knitting with attitude. Hold on a second. Knittingwithattitude.com. And is she knitting with attitude is she on Instagram? I know she's Ravelry, but I don't know that she's on Instagram. Is she?
I don't know. We'll have to
pull her up and look. Look at this bag.
Ooh, that's pretty name.
It's got a long handle and a cute little sheepy.
Does it have it looks like it almost has like metallic in the
It
fabric.
Does.
Yeah.
In the fabric. It's gorgeous. And the other one, I opened up one and left the other one in the bag. Here's this black.
That's the one that I got.
Okay. Isn't that beautiful?
It has this little
it has a really cool, and it has a really cool pocket in here.
Yep.
Yep. And it probably, I mean, you could easily put 3 or 4 skeins.
Look at the cute little sheep. Little sheep progress keeper.
I love this. I love her little iron-on, because the little black sheep, you know, the people say there's always one black sheep in the family.
Yeah.
We would always say that Wendy was the black sheep just because she was, how could you?
Because attitude is everything.
Attitude is everything.
Isn't that the truth?
And you know what, Debbie? I was thinking about the time and the date. You know, Sayende, her youngest son, just turned 17 on the 4th. And I was thinking about this long and hard. I think the last time me and you actually saw Wendy was a couple days after Sandy's birthday.
Was it after his birth?
After his birth, I mean his
after
birth.
his birth.
Because we were up there for Pop's
funeral.
Kind of, yeah. And I was newly pregnant with Levi. That was 17 years ago, like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
I know.
Forever long ago.
Time goes by so weird. But it doesn't seem like it was that long ago at the same time.
I know, it seems like it was yesterday. So, like, I don't know why I thought about that when we were looking at these beautiful... Oh, because the little black sheep.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't those the most spectacular, gorgeous bags? I mean, they are...
So which one are you going to keep?
I don't know. I hate when they do that to you. I don't know. There's stitch markers and stuff inside this bag that I haven't opened up. And I'll make sure the stitch markers go with the bag.
That's the giveaway bag. I think she gave us each the same bag so we could be baggy twins.
Okay. Baggy twins. We could be bag ladies.
Bag lady twins. I got another package in the mail that I had ordered quite a long time ago, and I messaged Jenny Lone Larch, and I told her, how long does it usually take for a bag to get here? And she's like, I've had some bags take so long. It's crazy. She's like, you do what you want. She said, if you want to find another one in my shop, I'll send you another one. I said, no, I really like the one that I bought. I'll just be patient.
So you had bought one from her shop and it just never came?
It never came. And I think it must have been like 6 or 7 or 8 weeks. And finally yesterday it came. Look at this bag.
Oh my gosh, Debbie.
Isn't that beautiful?
2 different fabrics?
It's the same fabric, but just different parts of the fabric.
Oh, okay.
So this is...
Oh, that is so cool.
This is more
I haven't
like
seen
the trunks,
that.
right?
Yeah.
And then this is up near the branches.
I love her side handle, too.
I know. Isn't that cool? And then look at the inside.
Wow. She does a beautiful job.
And she sent me one of her little pins.
Oh.
I have to remember to put a pin in with the giveaway stuff.
I know. I've got some, too. I got to remember that.
Isn't that so? I got my bag. Yay, Jenny! I messaged
Did you
her.
Happen to? Did you happen to get another package in a purple bag this week?
No.
I sent you something like Monday.
Well, I can't remember. Did I get something else?
You must have remembered.
What did you get? What did you send me?
I can't tell you. But one of the yarns in there was from Nora George that she needed it when she
No, I
sent
didn't get
me
it.
and you.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, how could you not get it? It's been a week, Debbie.
Well, you know the center of our country has been flooded. Maybe it's just taking a while. I don't know.
The floods usually don't have anything to do with the airplanes that fly over top. Okay, anyway, so I have the rest things I have to show are all the fun things that are going on Mr. Indigo's Bags Etsy shop. So if people are not interested in seeing all of that, you now may be excused until next time. But if you would like to stay and see what's going on, then you may stay, as long as you sit on the carpet quietly with your hands to yourself and don't interrupt anybody else.
Okay, and before you start into that, in case people are leaving us now, if you can't be kind,
you need to be quiet.
Yes.
So move along. Thank you. Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so, and of course we talked about this last time. Some of these things we had talked about last time. Okay, so in my husband's shop, which is Mr. Indigo's Bags on Etsy, and on Instagram, he is Mr. Indigo's Bags 123. We do have a few more fox kits left, and that is A Tale of Two Foxes is the name of this kit. It's a big bag with 3 magnetic closures. It holds probably at least 4 or 5 skeins. It's a huge bag.
It's like a sweater size.
Bigger than my head. And it comes with a matching skein of Dragon Horde yarn in her really, really, really soft sock. So you get the bag and the skein. So this is the A Tale of Two Foxes kit. think there's about 4 or 5 of those left. So we have that.
Oh, and I forgot to show Aunt Jan's bags. I'll do that after. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so the next bag that we just put in last weekend is our little Owl Are You bag that has just a yellow inside.
Very sunny and bright.
Sunny and bright, and this is definitely a 2 to 3 skein bag that you can, of course, fold over if you'd like. But you won't get your yarn caught in the bag anymore in the zipper because there is no zipper. Okay, so you get the owl bag. And, okay, so let me show the bags we just updated the shop yesterday.
I saw
2 of my favorite bags yet. The Mustachio bag.
That's so cute.
Calling it the Mustachio, and it's got the black and white gingham.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's cute.
Cool. I love this bag, and it's about because of the fabric. We had to lengthen. We had to increase it by 1 more inch, so it's like 12 or 13 inches wide because we didn't want to. You can't walk around with half a mustache. You gotta have a full mustache. You know who I thought of when I saw this fabric? Chelsea's husband. Mm-hmm. It's like him and his handlebar mustache. So it was really fun. So there's Mustachio. And then the next bag we have is finally this is the fabric we got in Utah when Ronnie and I were.
This is the one that I really liked. I thought was so.
This
cool.
is our retro bag.
Hold it back further so that you can see the whole bag. Yes, there you go. That is so. It reminds me of the Jetsons.
Yes, meet George Jetson. Do 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 do. Okay, so there's 2, and you can just get a bag, or you can buy a kit. And there's 1 kit left that I'm calling the Retro Chartreuse Kit, and this is the colorway. It has this chartreusey, goldy, and brown and orange. It's on sock.
Uh-huh.
I dyed this that goes with. Okay, there's one more kit left of that.
You're not holding that still long enough in the center of the screen. Okay, that's good. Now I can see it. Good job.
May I be done with this one, please?
Yes, you may move on.
Okay. All right. So there are 4 more of these kits that actually have the turquoise.
Oh, pretty.
Turquoise, orange, brown. So there's 4 of these in the shop.
And those there won't be any more of these. Sock yarn, right? With nylon.
Sock yarn. Mm-hmm.
Those would really be pretty socks for fall.
Yes, pretty socks. Okay, and so some of the things that I've been dyeing, I have a couple of I have 1 because I think 1 already went out of the shop. Purple Me Pink, it's called. That's a colorway that's got purples and pink and blues and little pops of gold.
Gold and green, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty.
I've got this one I'm calling Pale Tulip.
Oh, that's pretty, Aim.
Thank you. It's got like a rosy color and some gold
and green
and some real pale green.
That's pretty.
Yep. Got a couple of those. We have Blue for You, and this is just blues and purples. This is one of my first attempts at speckling, which
that looks almost the way the dye took on that. It almost looks like it's a single, but it's not. I know it's not a single, right? That's a multi-ply sock yarn.
Yes, yes.
That's pretty.
Thank you. And then I just did this one this morning. It's called Tiger Lily.
Ooh, Amy, that's gorgeous with the speckles on the yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh, that's nice.
And on the orange.
Uh-huh.
There's only 1 of these. I thought I had 4 skeins soaking and I had 5, and then when I pulled out and did the 4, I was like, oh, there's 1 left. What do I do with that? So that came out really cool. Tiger Lily. There's only 1 of those.
Yeah.
There's 2 of these in the shop. This is called All of Me. I don't know if I showed this. I know I showed this last
time. Yeah, you did. You showed that last. That's one of my favorites. That's pretty.
Yeah, this has got like maybe
all the different colors.
All 17 of the colors that I have. These are all sock yarns. I said, what happened if you put a little this, a little that, a little? Well, heck, I've done 15. Might as well do 17 colors.
Did you really use all the colors?
I think I did, except for maybe vanilla. I got a vanilla, like a vanilla bean. I don't think I used that one on that one. I think I used every one. And I had a couple skeins in there that were called Lily Pad, and they flew out of the shop, and people were messaging me, "Are you going to get any more Lily Pad?" And I said, "God, I think they'd be that popular." So I have one called Speckled Lily Pad, and this has got some blues and greens, and it's speckled with purple and
So,
some turquoise.
so you remembered which colors you used? You actually wrote
Yes,
something down?
I I just looked at the picture.
Oh,
But
okay.
this is the one, but I have 3 of these. I'm calling it Lily Pity Pad. This is a little
Oh,
lighter.
yeah, it's a little
And
lighter.
this is just speckled with purple.
That's pretty, Aim. Hold it back a
Spec
little bit in front of you in the middle. Yeah,
So there's some bright green
I
down
like
here,
that.
and then
Yeah,
there's some real
aqua.
pale blues and with purple speckles. So that's
That's
Lily
pretty.
Pity Pad. And I think that is all I've got.
I
And you were
took
going to show something
I
else.
took Aunt
Oh,
Jan's
Aunt
bags
Jan's
to my
bags.
knitting group yesterday, and one of the girls bought one without before I even had a chance to take pictures of it or list it or anything. She
Oh,
bought it.
really?
Yeah, she just sent me money through PayPal.
That was nice.
Yeah, so she made several more of the really like standard medium size drawstring bags, and several of
So a little
these.
bigger than the ones that she normally makes? A little
No,
bigger?
she had made some that were big, like
Oh,
big ones. And these are more of a standard shawl,
okay.
2 to 3 skeins, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a lot of hand dyed fabrics from mom that mom had hand dyed with one of her friends here in San
Huh?
Diego.
Yep.
And so the only thing that Aunt Jen was a little concerned about the hand dyed fabrics is she's like, maybe you don't want to throw these in the wash because she's not quite sure what would happen with them. I think they'd be fine because they were done with acid dyes like yarn. I think they would be
Yeah.
fine. But she says
Yeah.
maybe spot.
And how often do you throw your project bags in the wash? I mean, unless you spill coffee all over it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Look at that bright
Yes.
with the beautiful bright yellow and green
Reminds me
on
a
the
little bit of that
inside.
tree bag.
Yeah. And I still have the tags with the sizes on them. She labels them for me so I know how big they are when I put them in the
That's
shop.
really neat. Love that.
So there's two that were made with that. That one had like a yellow and green interior.
It's like a tie-dye. Uh-huh.
This one has this like psychedelic orangey.
Orange. Uh-huh. Oh, that's neat.
It's like waves, kind of. So that's that one. And then this one's really pretty. It's like a neutral black and tan.
Wow.
And this one has this kind of florally.
And Mom dyed that fabric?
I think so.
Wow.
I think
cool.
she
Good
did.
job,
Either
Knitting Nana.
or maybe Aunt Jan was here and they went together. And then this has a batik on the outside.
Oh, that's pretty.
And the interior fabric is the hand dyed. This is the hand dyed.
Ah. So neat.
Yeah. And these are so well
Black
made,
ribbon.
you guys. With the black ribbon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Drawstring.
Cute.
She does such a good job with the stitching and she's like an expert seamstress. And then this one has the hand dyed on the outside. And then the batik on the inside.
Oh, it's just the opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite of the other one.
Cute.
Yeah.
And the other ones you showed the last podcast, are those still in the shop? Or are they gone?
There's still some in there. There are several that went out, but there's still some in there. So she kind of makes more as they sell. She doesn't want to have too many in there at one time. But she does such a nice job with her sewing.
She really does.
And she uses the iron-on the interfacing that's the thin interfacing, so you can kind of scrunch it down if you want to. It's not the thicker like what you guys use.
Right.
Is more of like a quilter's interfacing, but she uses the thinner one. So I guess that's it.
Okay, so Mother's Day is coming up, so that's next weekend. We wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. Even if you're a mother to fur babies, that's okay. That counts.
I was watching Amy Beth this morning, and she calls it All Ladies Day.
All Ladies Day. So everybody who's a lady could be celebrating Mother's Day.
Yeah, because otherwise there's not a day for ladies that don't have kids, right? So
right.
They deserve a day.
Right. Because every day is man's day and a child's day, is it not?
It is.
Come on, let's get real here.
Ain't that the truth?
Like growing up, the kids are like, well, when is it going to be Kids Day? Every other day other than Father's Day and Mother's Day is Kids Day.
Tell me about it.
It's just not called that. It's just we know that's what it is.
Yeah.
So high five. We're getting pretty good at that.
I know.
So I guess if you've lasted all this long, thank you for watching, and hopefully you will return. Hope your knitting is wonderful and you make things that make you happy.
Yes.
Not things that make you sad or mad.
And don't stress out about your knitting. It's just knitting.
It's just knitting. This is not brain surgery.
People are not looking at your wrap going, I think she's missing a stitch right there.
And you know what? I bet you there may be a brain surgeon who does knit. They say, but it is kind of like brain surgery.
I don't think so.
Let's not make it like brain surgery.
Let's hope not.
Let's make knitting fun.
Yeah.
So if you can't be kind,
be quiet. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.